7 3/4.
Easy, easy.
Okay, you ready? Is it rolling already?
Yep.
Okay, so we're here at KVG Welding, here with Corey, and we're doing a little training session on cutting, measuring and cutting. We got our good trusty dewalt 35-foot tape measure, and we got our trusty soapstone. We don't need put a little edge on the soapstone. Let me sharpen this up. You always want a sharp soapstone when you're marking to get precision.
Maybe that's not a problem.
That's how we sharpen it around here. Sharp. So we're at our Steel Max chop saw. What do we call it? Chop saw. I don't went blank.
It's an evolution blade.
Division, huh? With the evolution blade. Okay, 14 inch. So we need 7 3/4. So we're gonna cut this steel. This is 1.5 square tubing. I think it's 11 gauge. So we're gonna do 7 3/4, and we're gonna mark it at 7 3/4. But one of the important things is putting a crow's foot on there. You mark it at 7 3/4, and you're getting pinpoint precision marking by putting it a crow's foot. Okay, because if you just put this 1 foot, this hash, where do you cut? Which side is it? If you put your crow's foot, you put the other side to that, then it kind of makes an arrow to where your cut is. So that's what you want to do. That's the reason and the importance behind a crow's foot.
So you put your crow's foot on there, and then you cut. You have the left side of the blade cut in the center.
Well, let me get
Oh,
this
you're
line.
still marking.
I'm
Okay.
still getting this line. Questions will be after the session. So we'll get our Empire square, speed square, Empire. Send us something, and we'll get on our crow's foot. You want to make sure where you're marking is lined up with where the crow's foot, the point of the crow's foot, because you can go too far. So we'll get that marked. That's a little heavy on the marking, so we'll try this one, and there we go. And we'll drop it in there, and we'll then we'll cooperate. Steel max to the max. What are you cutting? All right. So here, when we set this up, we got our trigger. We're not going to pull the trigger right away. We're just going to set it on there, so we know our 7 3/4 is on this side. Okay, so that line denotes the end of our 7 3/4. So I believe it's an 1/8 inch. The blade is an 1/8 inch, cuts an 1/8 inch. But if you put your blade, you can see it better from this side because we can see the line on this side. You put it right there on the edge of the line, you're not going to eat much more than that. Okay, you line it up, you tighten it up one time, or tighten it up till it's tight, and then cut. Okay, any questions over here? Okay. And one thing about these cuts is let it eat. You don't have to force it. You don't have to. Good job. You don't have to force it. Don't slam it down on it. Just let it eat. Right there. And what do we got? 7 3/4 on the money. So that's how we do it. Davey G Welding, server God burning rounds.